Hey everybody, this is Erica Carlson. I'm a realtor with BRIX Real Estate. Thank you for joining me on my page, I Heart Minneapolis Homes. And I want to talk to my sellers today. So if you are thinking about selling your house in the future, thank you for joining me. I hope you'll stick with me to the end because I have a giveaway I'd be happy to share with you. If you request it, just send me a DM and I can send you my giveaway. I just need to make sure I know which one you want. So we'll talk about that at the end. So there's three big myths that are involved with selling that I hear all the time that we should definitely dive into to make us a little bit more educated and informed on this topic. The first myth is the home evaluations that you can get online through these third-party aggregator sites. I'm talking about like Zillow, Trulia, they're everywhere. They were intended for lenders on the appraiser side, from what I understand, and now they've just been, they're just shared out there. And the problem with that information, and it's very easy to get, just type your address into the bar and they tell you this is what your house is worth, is sometimes they're too high, sometimes they're too low. And then we sort of get married to that number thinking, well, that's accurate, but it's not a real person. It's a computer basing it off the data in your neighborhood. There's no physical person going in and saying, the neighbor's house, which might have the same bedroom, same bath, blah, blah, blah. They never refinished their hardwood floors and you did, or you finished their basement. But Zillow doesn't know that because I don't actually think you can tell it. So you need a real person, a real estate agent, to come in and see the work that's been done, or frankly hasn't been done, so that the condition can be a component, not just the physical facts of a house. Because if there were two that were pretty much the same and one had lots of improvements and one needed improvements, they wouldn't sell for the same dollar amount or equally as fast. So those home evaluation sites need to be taken with a grain of salt. And don't hesitate to invite a real estate agent into your house. The consult is free and it's valuable information. Even if you're not going to sell tomorrow, there shouldn't be any obligation to work with you to get that information. And if the real estate agent doesn't come in, like sometimes people just want me to do things without seeing the house, then you still need to take that information with a grain of salt, because then we're just pulling data from the area, analyzing it the best we can based on what you're saying. Physically seeing the house is always going to be best, and I really wouldn't trust it until somebody came in. Number two, if you believe open houses are necessary, I hate to tell you, but I don't believe that that's true. We know from the National Association of Realtors, I believe it's about 7% of the time houses sell from an actual open house. So if it's important to you, definitely share that with your real estate agent, that you want that to be a part of your marketing plan, especially the first weekend. So if you're going to do it when people are excited about the house. The 0, 1, 2 days on market is a good time to do an open house to get the maximum exposure. But I wouldn't put a lot of faith that the offer is going to come from some random person that saw the sign or saw it on a website and wanted to pop in, because sometimes it's just your neighbors that have always wanted to see inside your house. And neighbors do help sell houses. I do not want to discredit that, so don't take that the wrong way. But if they're just curious and they don't know anybody who wants to live in the neighborhood, then that's not, we can't put all our stock into that that one person, right? So if the agent doesn't like to do open houses, you can also ask them to invite somebody from their office in to do it if that's really important to you. Remember, with COVID-19, a lot of those rules and regulations have changed to keep everybody safe. And then the last myth I want to talk about, and this is probably the most important of the three, is if you price your home high, then you're going to actually get the price you want. And my quick and simple saying that I tell people is you want to go low to go high. And then that doesn't make any sense to anybody except for me. But I mean, price it low so you can get more. The problem is, I actually heard a friend say this. go this price to get 5,000 under that. But if that's what I market your house at, then there's people out there who couldn't afford that price, so then they're never going to look at it. So you've just knocked out a certain percentage of potential buyers because they're not mind readers. If I say I want 240, but they're only approved up to 230, it's a $10,000 difference. You might have been willing to sacrifice that 10,000, but they don't know that because you listed for 240 instead of 230. So contrary to our instinct about selling things, if you can let go of the idea that you need room to negotiate, what happens when I go low to go high is I get more offers, especially in this market. Right now, I'm filming this almost in June of 2020, and there's just hardly any houses out there for anybody to buy. So a house under 300,000 in our market will sell extremely fast. But not if it's priced wrong. So if I go lower than even market value, or try to get it at market value, the best that I can assess, it pushes it up through multiple offers. But you will not get multiple offers if all these people perceive it as being overpriced and not worth it. They won't even come in and look. And so you'll just have a listing that's sitting, and then of course the longer it sits, the natural inclination is people think something's wrong with it. And so we're trying to avoid all of that by getting the pricing strategy correct. So definitely work closely with your real estate agent on getting that price right. And we know the first 2 weeks are the most critical. Not that houses don't sell after that, but we know that if we're not getting some serious looking at that first 2 weeks, we're really off on our price. Anyway, so if you're thinking about listing your home for sale in the next year, and I'm really hoping that this information helps you feel more empowered about selling your house. I would love to be able to help you if you need any sort of consultation or more information. And I promised you if you made it through to the end of my video that I had something to give away. So just let me know if you would like a copy of my free guide, how to create the most demand when listing your house. So you can just comment on the video or just send me a DM. So I will come back in a week or so and have another buyer's tip for you. Thank you again for joining me. Have a great day.